It can be tedious to travel. To make it there on time for your flight, you gotta plan. If you have any problems with rail or airplane, you'll have to put up with it and wait until the trip is finished. But suppose you were one of the wealthiest CEOs in the world or the CEO of some company. You will probably use your money and stuff to travel carefree, right? Well, because I also daydream about it, I can already imagine what that will be like. Additionally, I did some research on the world's wealthiest CEOs, and in the end, their travel plans result in them missing their flight. They are caught by the plane. Sure, they may have to live with the guilt of some CO2 emissions, but there is nothing that a little charity, educational lectures, and literature on the environment can't fix. But many claim that money can't fix everything. You are, in my gaze, Gates William Henry II. Welcome to Social Lux. Our goal is to provide you with a dose of luxury, travel, houses, cars, and stories of successful people so you can be inspired to live an abundant, beautiful, and successful life too. We upload videos weekly. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and feel free to comment any questions you may have down below. Enjoy! At number 5 is Warren Buffett. Being immortal like the Queen has its rewards, and Warren Buffett leveraged this advantage to make some long-term investments that paid off. For example, this guy used a bicycle to move around in his early years as a newspaper boy. With a net worth of about $98 billion, he is now the 6th richest CEO in the world and the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. The largest private jet operator in the world, NetJets is a subsidiary of Berkshire Hathaway, the biggest company in the world. This company offers wealthy clients fractional ownership in business aircraft to cut unnecessary costs associated with owning a private jet while maintaining the effectiveness and comfort of flight. In essence, Uber/Airbnb, but the wealthy Warren Buffett recently switched to traveling by private plane. He then purchased a Bombardier Challenger for himself, renaming it the Indefensible to demonstrate that he agreed with his criticisms of the practice in the past. He eventually realized he required this mode of transportation, leading him to rename it the Essential. 9 to 19 passengers can be accommodated in the Challenger 600's plush cabin. 28.3 feet long, 6.1 feet high, and 8.2 feet wide make up the cabin. Additionally, there are 115 cubic feet of luggage capacity in the aircraft. The Challenger has extremely low noise and vibration levels, which is incredibly cool. The majority of Mr. Buffett's time is spent in the air, and he claims that he only logs roughly 3,000 miles annually. For comparison, the typical senior American guy drives more than 10,000 miles annually, or 3 times that amount. Therefore, it is unsurprising that he drives his 2014 Cadillac XTS around. Today, that would only run about $20,000. At number 4 is Mark Zuckerberg. Away from the sage's methods, we turn to Mark Zuckerberg, our newest and richest CEO. He is well known as the creator and CEO of Facebook, and in real life, he portrays Jesse Eisenberg. According to Time, he is the father of all social media influencers and one of the top 100 most influential people in 2019, making him one of, if not the most important person in modern media. His current market value is $110 billion, and if you assume he doesn't spend much because he always wears the same gray t-shirt, well, think again. In fact, Bruno Sinelli manufactures each of those t-shirts at roughly $400 a piece. The same applies to his travel-related lifestyle. On the outside, bland but filthy rich on the receipt. Unlike most of our wealthiest CEOs, Mr. Zuckerberg does not own a private jet. Instead, Facebook takes care of his chartered travel bills along with other things like his security. 2020 was meant to be the year that we all stayed at home. About $25 million was spent by Facebook on charter flights for Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg also drives affordable vehicles like the Honda Fit and the Volkswagen GTI. The price of the two cars would be about $60,000. But if you believe that to be it, you have not been paying attention, because Zuckerberg also owns an Afghani Hura, which is worth $3 million and is 50 times more expensive than all of the other cars combined. At number 3 is Bernard Arnault. France's richest individual is Bernard Arnault, the wealthiest individual in Europe and the richest person in fashion after surpassing Amancio Ortega of Zara in 2018. He has been the wealthiest man in the world on 2 separate occasions when he overtook you-know-who in 2019 and 2020. He is the CEO of LVMH, a multinational conglomerate that deals with luxury goods under fashion, wines, watches, spirits, perfumes, cosmetics, and so much more. Given that Mr. Arnault is just one of 4 centibillionaires in the world with a net worth of $123 billion, it is not surprising that he and Bernard spent $54 million on a Dassault Falcon 7X business aircraft. It's all about his luxurious lifestyle and his French-made airplane. The cabin is big enough and has a height of 6.3 feet. 3 separate seating areas may hold up to 19 people. With a range of 6,000 nautical miles and 3 engines, the Dassault Falcon 7X is the first business jet with a fly-by-wire technology. It can transport Bernard Arnault non-stop from the LVMH headquarters in Paris to Tokyo. Additionally, Mr. Arnault owns the 333-meter yacht Simp. There can fit 16 passengers and 36 crew members on that. It contains a 6-foot pool, a jacuzzi, and a theater, a $150 million boat with annual operating expenses of $10 to $15 million. Number 2 is Elon Musk. When he defeated Jeff Bezos to become the wealthiest man in the world on January 7th, this gentleman got 2021 off to a flying start. He is currently our second richest individual and second richest CEO with a $160 billion net worth. In addition, he founded the Boring Company, co-founded Tesla, and is the CEO of SpaceX. Elon Musk is a genius and an oddball, and it's difficult to tell if his brilliance and eccentricity get to him. He comes across as a grounded person. He has it all together, saving for naming his child after a Google-recommended password. He recently relocated from California to Texas to concentrate on the SpaceX Starship project and other responsibilities. However, he still needs to commute to California and other locations as both SpaceX and Tesla have their headquarters. The Gulfstream G550 and the Gulfstream G650ER are 2 private planes that Mr. Musk uses for his calculations and personal flying. The Gulfstream G650ER is larger, faster, and has greater range. It also has given the Collier Trophy for advancing business aviation. Although the cabins of both business jets can accommodate up to 18 passengers each, Elon Musk had his planes altered in various ways to suit his preferences and comfort. There are 4 distinct spaces for dining, working, and lounging, as well as 4 handcrafted seats and Wi-Fi. The G650ER has a staggering price of $70 million. The G550 would cost about $61 million today. That's a significant sum of money, and Elon is frequently spotted driving his more luxurious Tesla Model S, which can cost up to $140,000 while he is on the ground. Additionally, he drives up to $110,000 all-wheel drive Tesla Model X when he is with his children. Sure, even if they are his cars, that is still a substantial sum of money. Finally, at number 1 is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, the man you've been waiting for. Jeff Bezos is the CEO of Amazon and the richest CEO in the world, but in the second half of 2021, he stood aside from his position as CEO of the business and Andy Jassy took over. Bezos was the first man to reach billionaire status and currently has a net worth of $181 billion. For a brief period in December of 2020, the first man to have a net worth of $200 billion, the wealthiest man in modern history and his greatest accomplishment, the biggest comeback after a divorce. That's fine, but when his Warner Brothers find that Jesse Eisenberg is also the ideal cast for Lex Luthor, they will banish him from the social network. Bezos, however, has 2 G650Ss which cost about $150 million as opposed to Elon Musk, who only has 1. Bezos travels in style on a Gulfstream G650ER. It is not surprising that wealthy individuals like Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, and Jeff Bezos favor the G650ER as their preferred business aircraft. As I indicated, the plane holds several speed records and has received an aviation award for its category. Huge windows that bring in natural light and make the space look even bigger, 4 separate room spaces, comfy chairs that are large and spacious, and walk-around space are all present. When Jeff Bezos decides to interact with people on the ground, he may be spotted driving a Lamborghini, TRI ZG, CCX, W Motors, Lychin Hypersport, or a Ferrari Pininfarina. The overall cost of this fleet of vehicles was $20 million, and mind you, they are all pretty quick. The majority of them are uncommon, but if you're the richest CEO in the world, that doesn't matter. Now that you know how the wealthiest CEOs in the world travel, tell us which one will be on your fantasy list. If you like this video, please leave a like in the comment section and visit the Social Lux channel for more videos about luxury. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.